Gamer Feed Radio.
What's going on, everybody out there in podcast land? This is Gamer Feed Radio. Hi, everyone.
Hi. What's up?
It's been crazy, but we're here. We're back for another episode of Ridiculousness. I am your host, Nick Delicave, and I'm joined this evening by my two craziest friends in the whole wide world, Brad Wallace.
Woo!
And Jan Kyle Pope.
The trifecta. Hey, what the hell? I don't know. We needed some competition here. Oh, man. What? Newb feed.
Yeah, that's right. This is Noob's Feed this
isn't
week.
A face-off episode.
Right. January
Noobs
Noob's Feed, and there's been a little bit of February news, so we slipped it in. But there's lots of stuff to cover, so if you'll forgive us, we're going to jump right in and make this the fastest hour on television. Oh, wait, I mean in podcasting.
Can I start with some breaking news?
Well, but before you do breaking news, just remember, everybody, that you can check us out on Facebook or Twitter at GamerFeed Radio. Everybody listens on iHeartRadio.
Word.
Or iTunes. Kyle, what's your thing?
There are rumors speculating that Mother 3 is finally coming to the U.S.
I just saw that!
That should be added to the list.
Yeah, for the 10-year anniversary, right?
I figured we start with that. Oh my god. I'm freaking out.
That would be amazing.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. But I'm gonna withhold judgment until Nintendo actually produces.
I know, but I want it.
I still think they're shady.
Oh.
So that was the first thing on the Noobs Feed. Yay!
Yay! Yay, maybe.
Yay to maybe news. In other news, and we're just going to run down the list here, guys, and then if anything sparks topic, by all means. So the first bit of news is, for those that care, Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Apparently is having some kind of closed beta coming up soon, so for people who are fans of the original version of that game, what was it called? Is it Mirror's Edge, or was it
Mirror's Edge? Yeah.
Mirror's Edge.
Great game.
The graphics look awesome, so I mean, I'm not in on the closed beta. Apparently, I don't know how to do it, or there's no love for me. But
yeah, it's weird that game even has a beta. I didn't even realize there was like an online mode. But
we'll talk about that a little later because there's lots of betas going on right now.
In beta all the time.
I mean, it's cool that they let you kind of play it, and then they use it to hype machine con you into forking over $60 plus $50 for a season pass, and then they don't deliver them what they promise. Welcome to video gaming in the 21st century.
Hey, great place to be.
Yeah, I'm starting to think like all video game publishers are like politicians because it is the season for lying.
Yes, it is.
But anyway,
hey, I'm just saying. That's what I've been saying this whole time. I'm just saying.
I know. So anyway, closed beta announced for Mirror's Edge Catalyst for those that care. I had the dates and then I can't find them again. I don't know why I can't find that article, but
yeah, I don't know.
Probably later this month, like everybody else.
Yeah.
In other news, Twilight Princess HD, for those that care, has been getting all kinds of interwebs love the last several days. Obviously, we know it's coming soon. And there was a big thing on IGN today doing a video comparison of GameCube to Wii U, and it actually looks really pretty sweet. But they went further and editorialized it by saying that some of the control scheme mechanisms are improved. So how it controls and the way it controls, which harkens to Bradley's commentary last week about the Wii's connectivity streaming, the one-to-one parity with the controller to the system, apparently makes the handling a lot better on the game. So quoteth the IGN. Any other thoughts or jokes?
I gave up on the game like an hour in. So, the wolf thing really turned me off to it. I don't know. It's like the mirror world from Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm.
Only like there's no way to fix the part where you're a bunny.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that at the beginning of the game, right? And we've actually talked about this on previous episodes that, it's like the 3-hour intro is kind of overkill.
It is.
Especially when they put the stupid little, like, bling, you've collected a a green rupee, which is worth 1, and it does it over and over and over again.
We lost Brad.
Yeah, we keep losing Brad. What a fool. Well,
that's awesome.
Sucks to be Brad. He'll be back.
Back.
Brad will be back. He's apparently taking a leak. Anyway.
Oh my god.
What an idiot. Because the guy that's always late always has the technical problems, or that likely excuse.
Sure.
So we're just gonna keep moving on because wait, I hear the things. Now he probably is gonna be like, hey, can you let me back in, guys? pretty please. I don't know how to work the things. Actually, it's funny because I don't know how to work the things.
Yeah, I don't know. Can we get him back?
How do you? I'm so glad this is being recorded.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think I can add people.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can. Here, I'm gonna add him back. Okay, here. Let's see if he comes back in.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, for those of you listening out there, this is the fun part of the podcast where you get to. I'm not going to edit this out because I'm pretty convinced that people like the bloopers more than the actual content.
Right.
Yeah. No, I was just like listening, and then it cut out. I was like, oh, maybe Nick's taking his strategic, dramatic pauses, and then there was no return. I was just by myself. I was like,
well,
hello, guys.
For me, it was just. There's Nick's head, and then the BW for Brad Wallace next to Nick, and then all of a sudden, Nick's head just expanded.
Don't tell me that.
Screen.
Don't say that to me out loud. Not good.
It was just funny. It was just like, where's Brad?
Anyway, so we were talking about Twilight Princess and the video comparison, and Kyle said, I don't care, the game is terrible, the wolf thing, he couldn't get over it. Brad, what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree. The wolf part of that game is like so bad. It's probably bottom 3 Zeldas for me. But like,
they're
really
reducing the number of tiers
stuff.
You have to get.
Yeah, it's they did.
They are. Yeah, it's gonna be less.
Oh, you know what? That actually makes me really happy because that's like the worst thing in Zelda. Literally.
Dig here.
Yeah, I have mine pre-ordered with the Wolf Link amiibo. I mean, I'm a fanboy to death, but whatever. I'm really excited about it. It looks really good, but that's still like a bad Zelda game is still better than like 99% of the games out there. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay. Wait. In fact, to be 100% honest, I just pulled up a What's New trailer. Mm-hmm. I'm watching it now on mute while we talk about it, and I'm getting even more hyped.
I was going to say, maybe that's why you keep getting disconnected. Your
it's
because computer can't multitask.
No, I like to, whenever we bring something up,
user error?
It's page or something and kind of look at it.
I'm going to go with user error.
Hey, well,
All right, good. Okay, next bit of news. So for those that are all hyped about Uncharted 4, which is pretty much everybody in the universe, apparently they now have their own special limited edition PlayStation 4 console that you can buy and the game comes with. Do we care?
Nope. Next.
I'm
just kidding.
I appreciate the limited edition things. Call of Duty did one, Star Wars did the Darth Vader one.
Yeah, everybody did one.
Yeah.
It's not new, really. I'm
just saying, I don't see Xbox making special editions. Didn't they do like a Halo one? And that's like all they ever do.
Yeah, they're random crappy ones that nobody cares about.
Right.
There's a Titanfall one. I remember that. Because I think my buddy got one.
Yeah.
Uncharted 4 in general, like, I don't know why. I'm just not hyped at all.
I tell you, I didn't care much for the first couple of them just because the controls are so bad.
Uncharted 2. Like, Uncharted 2 is as good as people say. But, like, 3
Why is it always 2?
I don't know.
Because they learned from the mistakes of the crappy first one.
The first one's not great. It's like a solid, decent little action platformy, shooty thing.
Right.
Action-y is what I was about to say there. But then 2 is just like unbelievable. It's like, perfect. Like, literally in every way.
Well,
and then 3 happens.
The Mass Effect.
Yeah, actually, right. I mean, even though I'm not as crazy, it's that same kind of leap.
Anyway.
I'm just saying it's that same level of leap.
I'm kidding.
But then 3, I'm not really crazy about. Last of Us, I was not into at all. I've tried to play that game twice, and I can't stand it. I don't know why. It might just be my hipsterism, but I don't like that game.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying it's.
I didn't play that game. I love that game.
I don't know. It's just trying too hard. Anyways, but then Uncharted 4.
You're a complicated person, Brad. That's why we have you on the show.
But it's not like I don't like things that are popular.
It's pretty much the only reason you're on the show.
Well, That's my bizarre opinion. No, but like Uncharted 4, every time I see a video, I just shrug and go, meh. Like, I'm so much more hyped for Dark Souls and even Mirror's Edge.
It's almost like we shared the agenda in advance because the very next thing on the agenda is Dark Souls 3 footage, so go on.
And Doom, which we didn't talk about, but also just came out with a release date trailer, and that looks better than Uncharted. Like, I can't wait for Doom. I believe it comes out in May.
So about Dark Souls 3, though.
So anyways, Dark Souls 3, yeah, continue to be stellar hyped. I don't even know why they bother showing footage. It's like they have this insanely core rabid fan base that like would buy anything they put out. So it's not like they're trying to win new people over anymore. They kind of have their base and they just cater to those people, and it's great. But then again, Bloodborne outsold like every game in the series, I think, like on a single platform, I should say.
I searched Dark Souls and it says Dark Souls 3 looks more and more like Bloodborne every day.
Yeah, it's true. They are blending into one thing, but it's kind of like, God, this is going to be, never mind, I can't even say it. It's too embarrassing.
What?
Actually, I
It's
kind of
like
almost don't want you to say it.
No, you don't. It's so dumb. Kyle would be the only one that would get it, I think.
Is it Slipknot and Stone Sour?
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly.
Oh my god!
That is exactly where I was going.
You know you hang out too much with somebody when.
It's like Slipknot's becoming pussified.
I'm trying to think, Brad, if I've ever known you to guffaw out loud like that before.
Oh my god, that was
It's
awesome.
just so funny that we both knew at the same time. I was like, no, I won't say it. All right, I'll go.
You guys are idiots. Okay, well, so apparently enough on Dark Souls.
I read your mind.
That was like spot on. That was
You guys are idiots.
Fantastic.
Lord Almighty.
So speaking of betas, Overwatch it had a beta, and they're having another beta, and it's back next week. Do we care about it? Apparently, people who've played it really like it.
Yeah, it's like the first game in a while that's like been able to carve out its own fandom. I feel like everybody, shits their pants over esports anymore, but like everything's trying too hard.
I mean, I did last episode. What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, like, I'm specifically like new game announcements. They try to make every game seem like, like Evolve last year or the year before now, I guess. God, whatever that came out. I don't even remember when that freaking game came out. But I don't know. Like, they tried to make it seem like it's going to be this esport game, blah blah blah, and then nobody cared. But like, Overwatch, actually, I've played it actually on PC. It looks pretty solid. And it's pretty good. I mean, it's really hardcore. It's like Counter-Strike meets Team Fortress kind of level of intensity.
Huh.
But I really like it.
Watching the trailer right now.
It's,
Interesting.
It's also Blizzard, right? So they've got
it has to be
some
decent.
good stuff going on, right?
Yeah. Blizzard, i.e. Activision.
Yeah, active Blizzard.
Slowly owning the universe.
Yeah, jeez.
Okay. Now on to something that I think will bring up far too much gushing, but I had to put it in here. Kojima and Del Toro are meeting at DICE, and there's nothing Konami can do about it.
Yes,
Sweet.
finally. Makes me happy.
Go
I think
on.
it's the perfect time, because why else would they give a keynote together to go like, yeah, we're done, we broke up, we're not doing anything. They'd be like, I don't know, there's no equivalent. I would say that'd be like Guns N' Roses getting together on stage
my God.
to go, hey guys, we're just giving a speech here, we're definitely not playing music anymore.
Oh, no.
But I don't know, I think it's a perfect time for them to, one, obviously DICE is like a developers conference, so they're really like preaching to the choir with that kind of stuff.
Right.
But it's not like it's E3 where it's this big, public hype event as much, I should say. But it's still, I think there's some room there to like, we haven't heard of what Kojima's next game is. Maybe we hear that, even if Del Toro's not involved, like whatever. But I mean, you have to be hyped. Like I think they're smart enough to know that those two names together, giving a speech like that, that's a big deal. And it sends a message to a big gaming and, just geek crowd in general.
Well, and it basically, gives the giant middle finger to Konami.
Oh, that too. That's
right.
Which is so the best thing ever.
I really think that maybe they announced that Sony purchased like the assets and all that from Konami.
That would be amazing.
PT.
Yep.
Even though they won't call it PT or whatever, but they'll just continue development. That would be like insanity. Like it would literally be the level of Shenmue 3, Final Fantasy 7 remake, Last Guardian. Like remember when all those happened like one after another? It was like insane. But
There are
you
so
just
many comments, so little time.
Well, you never. Insane. Everything's insane tonight. If you haven't noticed.
Yeah, you guys just cut out for like 10 seconds there, and it was really
See,
freaky.
what is it?
It's good for you.
It's
I hear
obviously
everything
the ghost
fine,
of-
so if I hear it fine, it's recording fine. Can't help your problems.
I think it's the ghost of PT that's haunted the podcast. And it's knocking us out one by one, like a slasher movie. Soon Nick's gonna be
Don't say that out loud. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they say. I'm curious if there's going to be any kind of announcement or a forthcoming announcement about cooperation on a project together, which will obviously start the rumor mill swirling in Brad's universe. It will be a good time.
Whoa, Brad.
I know that got really weird there.
Well, I mean, it is you, so therefore, by definition, moving on.
I will say that I'm excited to hear what they say, even if there's no big announcement. It's just so cool that those two are even doing that anyways. Like, no matter what they say, it's going to be worth listening to.
Agreed. I will be tuning in.
Word.
So, in the Nintendo news front, they have confirmed that they're launching Miitomo, their first mobile app game thing, along with the new My Nintendo Rewards membership club plan thing in March.
Woo.
What do we think about the My Nintendo thing? Because if you look at all the graphics they post about it, it's basically going to integrate with damn near everything. Which actually lends credence to one of, I think it was Brad, or maybe it was Kyle, your prediction from last week about, Nintendo having like an app almost that's on other systems or that you can access other systems.
Yeah.
I mean, it really feels like they're going, balls out with this My Nintendo Rewards thing.
Yeah, I'm like looking it up now because frankly, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But I didn't read into it at all. But it sounds like everyone's saying it's finally something like PSN and Xbox Live. So
I mean, look,
yeah,
those guys make millions of dollars on that. Nintendo missing out, so I think it's time they cash in.
Right. The fact that it's kind of like the old Club Nintendo where you still get rewards and stuff.
Yep.
Like that's exciting. So I was a Club Nintendo geek.
Me too. Well, they said that they're like doing something where in the background it can kind of track like your preferences, and so it can offer you discounts and promotions based on the kinds of games that you play.
See, now that's smart. I wish PlayStation would do something like that because, I really play like a certain type of game, I feel like. And when other games go on sale, it's like, even if it's on sale, you're still not getting my money. But then if they did that and it's like, hey, you obviously like, these Souls games, for example, we're putting Dark Souls 2 on sale for like $10 just for you, or like just.
Well, and it's not like it's that big of a stretch either, right? Because if you go into the PlayStation Store, it tells you because you played this game, and it lists.
Yeah, but they're always like, because you played Battlefront, here's some random Japanese schoolgirl RPG that nobody cares about. Like, I don't know. It's like some.
Kyle cares. Don't say that out
kidding.
loud. You're hurting his feelings.
But they're like not like the real JRPGs. It's like the weird ones. They're like, no. Like, I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God, Brad.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Bleep
What
that
did you
out.
drink tonight? Can you
You should
tell?
look up the videos of some of these. I'm gonna just so you think I'm not crazy. It's like little Japanese anime girls,
It's pretty
And
much
they,
all
like-
they do.
and it's like all dubbed or not dubbed. Sorry, subtitled. Like there's this one. Good lord, I can't think of the name of it. It's like the worst game ever made. It's like this M-rated, free-to-play Japanese RPG.
That sounds really
online
bad.
thing. Yeah. No, and it's like I looked up. It showed up on those like recommendations things as like free-to-play or something. I was like, what is this? Like an
Well, that's
RPG?
because they know you're a cheap bastard.
Actually, right.
Unless it comes to
You
Amiibo,
should
and then
look
you have
that up, though. It's like-
secrets.
It's real bad. It's real bad. That's all I'm gonna say. I apologize. That was an offensive, white boy stereotype of the.
Oh my god! Just stop while you're ahead. The digging. You're going to China at this rate. They. I don't think they want you either. So The Witness, I don't know if you guys are aware of this game. It just released a week or so ago for PlayStation and PC and a bunch of them. And it's kind of like a modern take with a very artistic slant on Myst. And it sold like over 100K in the first week. It's on the PlayStation Store now, but it's like $40. And so, that's a little much rich for my taste. I think I'll wait till it's $19.99 for PlayStation Plus members. But It looks really good, very puzzly oriented. Your basic, and apparently it's kind of got like a mind job twist to it, with similar aspects to the way Journey kind of emotionally roller coasts you.
Yeah.
And so you like appear on this island, you have no idea, and you're trying to use the clues to solve what's going on. Apparently there's some spoilers on Reddit, so watch out. But people are raving about it. I mean, raving.
Yeah,
I ain't even heard of it till this
one of my
week.
coworkers got it, and he like is religious about it. He's like, "This is the greatest thing of all time." Blah blah blah. So that makes
I don't
me
know
happy.
anybody else like that.
Yeah, yeah. What? Who talks like that? Like,
It's my
who
top
speaks
10,
in-
top 5 of the top 100 of the top 2. What?
It's easily a top 10 game of January 2016. I'm just kidding.
You are, oh my god. It's
But,
a guaranteed
no,
bestseller game of the year, right?
I'm probably going to pick it up here in the next week or so. I just have some other stuff on the old backlog that I'm getting through.
Well, I'm
But
really
I can't wait to play it.
looking
seems
forward
like
to
my
hearing
jam.
all about it. You should share play with me sometime.
Yeah, that, and maybe I'll get to do a little mini review here in the coming weeks.
That would
This
be
is the
okay.
first new release that we've gotten to really, potentially at that point, review since Star Wars and some other stuff came out. But yeah.
That could be okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here on my PlayStation.
So, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens plus DLC has been announced. The Lego series is great. Thoughts?
I'm not crazy about the Lego games.
I think
It's
they're
like-
hilarious.
I watched my girlfriend actually really likes the Lord of the Rings ones. It's like her favorite game. But I don't know. It's like they're fun. They're simple little games. There's nothing wrong with them.
The humor in those games kind of makes me think, did you guys see the Kylo Ren spoof on Saturday Night Live?
Oh, that was pretty good.
Oh my
I have to.
Not.
Oh my gosh, YouTube that.
It's Undercover Boss, but Kylo,
Yeah. Oh my god, it's
I heard about
so
it.
good.
it's kind of clever. Even though I'm not crazy about Kylo Ren, it still made me laugh.
It just all the guy did was accentuate what everybody already knows about him. He's a big wuss.
Yeah, exactly. And he
Oh
plays
wait,
it.
spoilers.
Oh, we never had our big spoiler cast for Star Wars.
No,
but now I'm kind of coming off my
That
Star Wars.
doesn't mean we're not gonna talk about it, kids.
Wait till episode 8 now, or Rogue One.
Hey,
or
no, I mean, look, Rachel and Andy and everybody want to be on that show. It's going to be ridiculous, so
True that.
we'll do it when we have some time.
True that.
Anyway, it's coming. Yay! Woo! PlayStation Plus voting for your next,
Oh God.
discount games is coming back. Do we
So
care?
dumb. No, it's like you get to vote on Dumb and Dumber. It's like the two god awful games that they put next to each other.
Not
This
all
one's
of
a
the PS Plus games are
retro-inspired
bad.
side-scrolling shooting game, and this one's a retro-inspired.
Okay,
2D
don't make me bust out
side-scrolling-
episode 2.7 where you were like, "Oh, I got this game on PlayStation Plus and it's amazing."
Yeah, that was like one time in
So
the past
shush.
few years. Rocket
you.
League was the only good thing they've put on there.
And that was fairly recent.
It's July. It's been since July since there's a playable game on there.
Speaking of that, there wasn't this isn't on the agenda, but there was news about that this week. What was it that they're I don't know if it's like update. They're doing some big kind
Yeah,
of
there's like new courses. I know. I think.
yeah. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
I always see it in the news all the time, so I try
keep
to
meaning
ignore it.
Hop back on that.
No, you really shouldn't.
Grampy Awards, but
We did, but you should
never re-downloaded it. I know I shouldn't though.
Well, I mean, we
Come on.
value your life, and you have this sort of OCD with games where you're like all in it, and then you're like, "F that game, worst thing ever. I'm never playing it." Bottom
Well, I found
bottom
out-
110 of the top 2 games ever.
This one's a bottom 110. It's something about competitive games like that, like get really under my skin. Like Hearthstone was that way too, and I just have to give up. But like Battlefront isn't that way for me. Like I could put that game down, but it's more of a casual thing.
I really like that game a lot.
Yeah, it's just
We
fun
need to
pick
play
up,
together.
a couple rounds.
We need
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
soon. Well, if you were online any other time other than 3 a.m.
Yeah, I don't really get on PlayStation that much. Like, it's not that I don't want to. It's just, I'm playing other stuff or not playing anything. Like,
Why?
right now, I just downloaded Metroid Zero Mission.
Yeah,
So I'm going to play through that, and then I'm probably going to get The Witness. But
I know. I'm really stoked about The Witness. I'm like 2 seconds away from ordering that game.
I will say that everyone complained about that $40 price, kind of like you just did.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like a massive, like 60 to 80 hour, like.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they claim.
Not
Probably
just
because
like
probably because it's slow. I mean, anybody remember Myst? You'd walk across a room, it took 15 clicks.
Yes, but you could say the same thing about Skyrim. It's like, if only in Skyrim you could walk faster, the game would be shorter. It's like, nah, there's just a lot of stuff to do, too. But yeah, I see it. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying,
Okay. Well, earlier this week, in more news, Bethesda announced they're having an E3 presser again this year. What do we think? Are they going to be like, Fallout 4 is going to have more expansions and DLC?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be, honestly.
So who cares? That's not new.
Well, but they actually kind of surprised a lot of people last year with Doom was pretty stellar.
Okay, fair.
It was obviously stellar. There was some other, like, third, like, massive game they announced. They did like a Dishonored something, like Definitive Edition or something. And I'm gonna look it up because they was like, I'm trying to think. They had like a bunch of good games. Like, hold on. I'm gonna keep talking to kill the silence.
I don't know if you should. I mean,
Bethesda at E3 2015. This is from the IGN wiki. Let's see what they have to say. What do they know?
Nothing.
Doom, Fallout 4, Elder Scrolls Online. Battle Cry, which that game could die tomorrow. Nobody would care. Dishonored 2, which, but still, you got Doom, Fallout.
Honor again.
Dishonored. I like it. A big surprise would be if they did like Elder Scrolls 6, like a real Skyrim sequel. Everyone would like.
Why would they keep milking the cow they got?
Yeah. Well, nobody cares about online so much, and they've kind of learned their lesson. But they know that if they did Elder Scrolls 6, it would just, crush.
Yes. And how long has it been?
It's been
2011?
Trying to think, 2011. That's 5 years from Skyrim. And
That's long enough.
You have to imagine, once they've got this Fallout 4 engine down, now it's just, a matter of adding stuff on top of it.
Let's take Fallout 4 to Middle Earth or something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they did the same thing with Oblivion and Fallout 3. Those games were like almost clones of each other.
They're so identical. It's crazy.
But
Fallout 3 is better, but
yeah, maybe I haven't played Fallout 3 still.
Yeah, it's better than Oblivion, Brad.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Oh
but
my gosh!
You have to imagine they're working on multiple games at once. So they finished Fallout 4, but they've already been working on Elder Scrolls 6 for maybe a couple years. Like, that's cool. But who knows?
Well, it better be something like that, because I don't see why Bethesda would have a press conference otherwise.
Yeah, right. It's like, why are you going to talk to me about stuff I already know you have, and it's new?
Yeah, they might do more about Dishonored, but that game's not like massive.
No, and Doom's cool, but the last Doom was underwhelming. So
yeah, we'll see how Doom turns out. I'm excited. They had a good stage presence, I should say. Just as far as the third-party stuff goes, they definitely had the best out of like EA, Ubisoft.
Did Bethesda do Doom 3?
No, this is before they kind of got into that thing.
Okay.
I forget how that worked out, but yeah. Like, Bethesda bought the rights from whatever I can't think of their name, but yeah. It was like some old software company.
Of course it would be. It wasn't John down the street.
That's what I'm thinking of. id Software.
id.
Oh, yeah, it's Software. Oh.
And then Activision.
Boo.
And then Bethesda bought the rights from Activision.
id Software is everything great.
No, they had Doom. Look, they had their run.
Well, now that John Carmack isn't there, it's
I know, but they had their run. Give them props.
Yeah,
I know, but it's just like
90s, they were untouchable for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah,
but now it's just like meh.
So, anybody have any other news that I didn't list? Because I'll save the last thing on here for last.
We kind of mentioned that. What's it called? Oh, this is kind of interesting. So apparently, this is a tiny tidbit-ish, but Titanfall 2.
I heard something about Titanfall 2.
Mass Effect Andromeda are both supposed to release by March 2017. So both of those games are 12 months away at most.
But after holiday, so I don't care.
We'll see. They could still
after
be
holiday.
I could see Mass Effect being like a big November game.
We'll see.
But kind of like the way Battlefront was last year, we didn't hear about Battlefront until E3 a lot,
right?
And then that still came out that same year.
Well, that's fair.
So we'll see. I'm excited about it. I think the same way with the new Dragon Age. They didn't like talk about it at all, and then out of nowhere they're like, "Oh yeah, it's out in like 4 months."
Yeah.
So I can see them doing that with Mass Effect because kind of like Battlefront, they announced a new Mass Effect like 2 years ago. So it's not like we haven't known it's coming.
Right.
Just now they're saving the good stuff till this year's E3, I'm imagining. And, that could be killer. Especially if it comes out on NX, what? Huh?
Oh my god. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath. I can't wait to see that they have 0 third-party support at launch, as is typical.
Yeah.
We'll see. The rumor is that, well, this is the same stupid rumor every time, and then we end up with,
Nothing for 6 months. Welcome to the launch window where you get 2 games, Mario and Mario.
Stop. I'm going to cry. It's like the worst lineup again. Like, we have third-party support. Zombie U. That's it for 7 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Just Dance 2015.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other news thoughts?
No.
It's okay to say no, because then I can just skip ahead. And
Think so.
January had a lot of things going on. We talked about a lot of it.
Yeah. Never mind. God, I'm stupid. Forget about. Did we talk about? I can't remember when these things happened. Did we talk explicitly about Smash Bros. Being like semi-confirmed for the NX?
You mentioned it on the last podcast, indirectly, and I'm going to call the BS card on that.
Nah, I don't know. I could see them.
No. I mean, there have been a lot of rumors that it's been, like, the development has basically been continuous, and that the game, the prevailing theory is that the game in its current form is basically going to be on the next system. They're basically just going to port it, and they'll keep pumping DLC and characters, and the money train will just keep running.
Yeah, exactly what Capcom does with Street Fighter. Like, exactly what they do. It's going to be Smash Bros. Championship Edition, or, whatever.
Right, add 10 more characters with slightly better graphics and call it a new game.
Yeah, but the cool thing about NX is that it has this alleged home console portable thing. In theory, allegedly rumored to have a home console portable hybrid thing going on. But think about Smash Bros. 3DS has different courses and stuff than there are different stages.
Hardware limitations. I don't think it had anything to do with pre-thought or anything. I think
no, not at all. I'm just saying that it does lend itself to being maybe a greatest hits version of the best 3DS stages and the best home console stages.
That could be interesting.
So we'll see. We shall see.
Very interesting.
Cool.
Kyle, anything on your end? Any mystery news or thoughts or anything you heard through the grapevine?
Not really. The newsfeeds ones are usually ones where I just kind of stand back and listen because this is basically my update.
Nice.
You're here for comedic effect.
It's like a listener that happens to get to chime in. Oh, cool.
This week we've invited
like a contest
Kyle
winner.
Again. I'm sorry, it's Kyle.
How else did I get? I did get into this podcast by winning a contest.
So. We invited you because you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's the nicest thing I'll say about you to your face ever.
But just to be clear, I did win that contest. So.
Yeah, hey. Fair and square.
Very good. Any other random tidbits or thoughts or anything?
Mother 3, please.
Oh my gosh, I really hope so.
Stop there. That could be killer.
Like I've read that story, and that story, just reading the story for that game, freaking crushed my mind. And
they've been teasing it for a while now.
I know, and I want to experience that game for myself so I can play through that game and realize how meaningless my life is. And no, I mean that's really the game's plot is so Earthbound, you play through it, it's happy-go-lucky, and then it just shifts dark.
Yeah.
This game is just across the board, just depressingly dark, and I love that broody shit. I just love that broody kind of down in dumps kind of storytelling because it's just I don't know. It's just I'm a weird guy, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, You heard it here first, folks. Breaking news.
I have a news tidbit.
Please,
Actually.
I like
up
news
Brad's
tidbits.
alley.
I like this new tidbit. Can we make it like a new segment? Brad's tidbits.
New tidbit. Brad's tidbits. Anyways, that sounds so wrong. Brad's tidbits. Who wants some of Bradley's tidbits?
Stop.
Come on over.
Stop.
Oh
Got
God,
some
here we go
tidbits.
again.
I mean, look,
I'm surprised
Tic
you
Tacs
left
are
this
usually
out.
only good for fresh breath, but anyway.
Final Fantasy 15. They have an announcement for the announcement. We know that on March 30th.
That's right. That's right.
They're
We
doing a
did
release
totally
date.
miss that. And the gameplay trailer looks amazing.
Yeah, I watched the one where he's like zooming around, killing the enemies or whatever, hiding from the robot, and then the robot sees him and he dies at the end. Yeah,
On
that one.
Nibelheim, which is a throwback to a different game.
You're right.
But that's not new.
Yeah.
Right.
Final Fantasy references themselves all the time in their games. It's just egotistical bullshit, but I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I don't know, like the same exact thing happened with 13. You look at it, and everyone's like, "This looks so sweet, like Final Fantasy for the new generation. It's gonna be amazing," and then completely and utterly disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I believe in this one, man. I believe it. Every time I see new stuff come out, I'm just like, this looks sweet. This looks sweet. This looks sweet. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it.
There was an article on Game Rant that was like that the likelihood of the game having a PC version is really pretty high.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Nice. I'm sure it will.
So
Yeah.
for those of you that like get your kicks on PC, I mean, we have the goods for you.
Yes.
Word.
I don't know. Just bring me
No,
that.
that's good. I totally forgot about that one. That's awesome.
And
This
Brad,
is
Brad
what?
brought it up.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about that. I'm going through my little
The JRPG Nazi over here.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even the fit. I think it looks kind of good though. You know,
I
more
can't. If
action-y
you
like
actually
that.
if you actually bought that game,
I don't think I'd buy it.
I
at
think
least
I'd
at
probably
full
eat
price.
my underwear or something.
If it looks actiony, which kind of turns me on, not sexually, but like
Oh my
sounds good to me. God, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm not. What are you saying?
Oh my god!
Hey, I have another
between
little
that and Brad's tidbits, I mean, I think we've practically gone all the way.
Yeah, I thought.
Brad, I feel like we're on second or third base now.
I think so. I think that's what I'm trying to
God, well, I mean, as close as you can get via podcast, anyway.
get at. I will say real quick, Oculus Rift confirmed at $600. I don't know if we ever explicitly said.
We talked about that, and I
Ad
nope,
nauseam.
will not be buying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass.
No more big tits. I mean, tidbits.
More big tits from Brad. Sorry.
No. And that's good because that segues very nicely into this theme music that you probably can't hear. What? There's music going on in the back? There is. And that brings us to a save point, which we actually have not done in quite some time. So this save point is brought to you by Ubisoft's Tom Clancy The Division. The closed beta was last weekend, and I had the distinct pleasure of actually getting a beta code and hopped on with a schload of my friends from the Destiny community, because a lot of people are miserable over there, and thought, hey, this looks like fun. And I can tell you that the game is super fun. And it's dark, it's gritty, it's post-apocalyptic New York, and there's a big virus apparently that kills everybody or something like that. And, there's this group that's basically trying to take the city back from a variety of different factions that have kind of sprung up for a variety of different reasons. And it's a third-person shooter, RPG, MMO, open world, very weird kind of game. But it's the graphics are great. The mechanics are really pretty good. It's like a duck and cover shooter, so you're not like running around, guns out, shooting everything. You actually have to hide, and it takes a lot, some shots to kill people in an RPG way. You hit them and hit points fly up, and they have life bars and stuff like that. But it is loot based driven, so you do activities for advancement and loot and other things. But the beta came with like one story mission. It was really pretty good, and I played that a bunch of times on normal and like a hard mode, so you can change the difficulty, which it was definitely challenging. And then the cool thing is kind of the PvP arena. So they have this thing called the Dark Zone, and you basically go into this quarantined, contaminated area, and you can go by yourself or with a group up to 4 people. Same with the PvE, and you run around killing NPCs in game and or other players, which is referred to as going rogue, and you can to get loot. So you can only hold a limited amount of loot, like 6 items, and then you have to go find an extraction point, shoot a flare. It takes 90 seconds for a helicopter to come, drop a rope so you can put your loot on it, and then it flies away. Problem is that while that's happening, other people are in the Dark Zone with you. There are lots of other players and NPCs and people that appear out of nowhere to fight you. But when it's other players, they can choose to go rogue, kill you, and steal your loot from you before the helicopter arrives, and then they can extract your loot. Thereby, you get nothing.
Oh, damn.
Yes, and I can tell you,
Dark Soulsy.
being on the receiving end of that being killed, everybody, they wait till like the last 10 seconds and then they ambush you. It's not like you can't see people on the radar, or like other people will be there with you waiting to use the same extraction point because, there's only limited amounts, and they're like waving at you and giving you all these friendly emotes, and then you run up to attach your loot, and then they blow everybody up with grenades and then steal your crap at the last possible second. That was a little frustrating, but it definitely adds like intensity to the experience because you don't know who you can trust.
Word.
Except your own teammates. So spent a lot of time in the Dark Zone with my friends, and the game is way more fun with friends. But it doesn't have like an in-game chat, so you basically just use your PlayStation chat, and the loot system, the progression is highly customizable. So unlike a Destiny where you get an item and it has fixed features, this allows you to modify, you can collect different clips, different scopes, different, handles, different, attachments and other things. And the same thing goes for your core skills. So you can get your skills in 3 different core trees. Like I could be a medic, I could get tactical attributes, or I forget what the other one's called, but it's basically defense. And then each of those elements has sub-elements, and you can choose, after you level up and get experience and stuff, you can choose different modifications to use. So basically, if you're running with a team of people, you have like over 100 different combinations of how you can configure those various modifications to use for different situations. So maybe your group likes to be aggressive, or it likes to be more defensive. In either way, you can completely customize your loadout so that you can do different things at different times. But it was a very positive experience. They extended the beta a day, which was great. And then there's rumor that an open beta will be available middle of the month here in February. So we'll see if that actually happens. But definitely a good experience. I mean, there's some glitching and bugs and stuff like that to work out, but it looks sweet. I'm really, really stoked about it. Thoughts, concerns, jokes, questions?
Yeah, it sounds kind of like Destiny, like you were saying, but it's its own thing. It sounds neat, but I don't know how much I would personally be into it. After my fallout with my falling out with Destiny.
Well,
but,
so
we'll see how that goes.
Again, not to name drop,
shooty thing.
Not to name drop, but there was an article on Game Rant, and I encourage you to look it up, where they're basically saying everybody keeps comparing The Division to Destiny, and here's why you should stop doing that.
Nice.
And being
it sounds like it definitely has its own thing going.
Yeah, being a loyal Destiny person up until like the last several days where I'm frustrated with it. There are some similarities in terms of the feel, like the loot and chasing it. I mean, that's the hook, right? Which is a good hook in a game like that. But it's gritty. It's got like a real world environment. So like as you're playing the game, night and day changes, and there's areas where it's all snowy and cold, and then the snow melts, and then it rains, and it comes back. Blizzard conditions and stuff gets covered up. I mean, the physics engine in that game is just in the beta was really impressive. And the other thing I really like about it is you can like touch the touchpad on the controller, and it pops up a map on the screen, like a 3D map, and you can see all your friends playing in that area, and you can fast travel from location to location if you've got a checkpoint. So you don't have to like aimlessly run and run and run and run, or feel like you're playing the same area over and over again, which is actually a big complaint in the Destiny community. But you can just skip all that crap and go to basically to the location that you want. And the other thing that's really cool is when you go back to like your base of operations, which Brad, it would basically be the equivalent of the tower.
Yeah.
Instead of you having to go to orbit and then fly there and wait, what they do is, the building's on the street, so you walk up to the building and there's like a decontamination area. And so as you run into the building, you walk up the ramp into the building, and it slows you down to like a walk. And while you're walking, it's loading the environment.
Ah, no, that's clever.
So it's very, you never
It's like smooth and yeah.
You never feel like you're leaving. I mean, even when you're transitioning from the PvE portion to the Dark Zone PvP portion, you go into like a transition room, you run in, and there's a vendor there that sells stuff. And then you go and while that's happening, it's loaded up the Dark Zone so that when you go over to the Dark Zone and open the door, you pop in and you're ready to go.
Nice.
So the loading is almost non-existent. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
So I like that. It's very seamless, I think is probably the best word to use.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you have not had a chance to play Thine Beta, apparently your chance is coming up again. If you didn't get a code before, I encourage everybody to give it a shot. It's really pretty neat. I probably sunk, 20, 25 hours into it in the 3 days it was out.
Nice.
Solo and with a group, and it's a rewarding experience all around. So it's definitely something. I pre-ordered the game. I'm getting it for sure. Got a big group that jumped in, and I think we're going to have some fun with it later. So recommended to all.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just read this. This is like the
A
biggest...
tidbit?
Yeah, no, this is like so horrible. I almost don't even want to mention it, but it is video game related in a sad way.
Uh-oh.
Do you know Dave Mira, the BMX?
Yeah.
Yeah, he died today,
Oh.
apparently. Like, it's horrible. But apparently not alleged, but it's a suicide. Like, how horrible is that?
Oh, geez.
I played those games all the time on GameCube. Well, there's only one on GameCube, but
Yeah, that's
it was like right up
unfortunate.
there with Tony Hawk, like that same style of extreme bike, whatever, awesome soundtrack kind of thing. Man,
That's really unfortunate.
that's depressing, right?
You always so to not end on a depressing note, because that's no fun.
I know. I'm sorry, but it is. I mean, like he brought he brought the BMX biking kind of thing to a whole new audience, the same way Tony Hawk did with skateboarding.
Something.
So mad props. Rest in peace. That's horrible. Hope family, friends, everything's okay. But
I mean,
good Lord.
I'd ask you guys what you were doing this weekend to kind of cheer things up, but I don't want to ruin anybody's life by boring them to tears.
Oh no.
Any other news or tidbits?
I will say I saw this. This is like the tittiest of tidbits. No, literally the Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow soundtrack apparently is coming to vinyl. It's kind of cool, right? I love those soundtracks.
Oh God! Can we just like get a dictionary with all your words in it? Just Brad words.
I'll write it.
Oh Lord! Oh Lord!
Sure, you guys have some kind of weird telepathy going on tonight. It's kind of creepy. It's creepy.
That was amazing, Brad. That was great.
Good. Well, it sounds like there's nothing else, and that makes me very happy because that means that we've come to the end of our programming for today. So if you have any thoughts, news that we missed, or anything like that you think we should have probably talked about from January that was big that we missed, or early February, because why not? It's close enough. Definitely let us know in the comments under the show when we post it on Facebook, which means it will automatically therefore post onto the Twitter at GamerFeed Radio, where you should definitely be following us, because if you're not, loser. Join all our friends. In the meantime, we do have some great and exciting things on GamerFeedRadio.com if you are so inclined to check out the podcast, which is on YouTube and iTunes and iHeartRadio, where everybody else is, so you should be too. And I think that's all I got. So, until next time, gamers, peace.
Bye, bye.